my brother asked me a question. It was funny. He said, other people talk about running backs. And he said, so you a Cowboy fan? I said, yeah, from time to time. Yeah, no, I am. No, I said, he says, but if you were starting a team or had a team, would you rather have Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders? He's like, well, you know, Emmitt got the stats. And I was like, yeah, but dude, Barry Sanders, he was on Detroit, bro. You put Emmitt on Detroit.
Yeah.
You put Barry Sanders with the Cowboys back then?
Wrong.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. So I said, I love my Emmitt. Now he did what he's supposed to do, but Barry, dude, ooh, with the Cowboys back, ooh, Lord.
That offensive line, Barry Sanders would have broke every single rushing record. He would have demolished him.
Yeah.
Easy.
So I told him, nah, you know, I said, you may love him or hate him, but certain people, when they're on so-called bad teams, you got to give them love. And I know one of Puma's favorites, O.J. Simpson. You may not like that dude, but that motherfucker, bro. 2,000 yards and some change was unheard of. And with an offensive line that was dedicated to just doing what they do for him, man, he was bad too. Yeah.
You got to give it up to Walter Payton too. He played for some bad
Chicago.
Welcome to the First 40 Sports Show with the Goon Squad. It's Black Thor, Icewater, and yours truly, Puma. 32 days to the Rihanna halftime Super Bowl show, and we have a champ, two-time NFL picks champ, and I'm going to let him have his little speech. Only little speech, but
you do.
Yeah, you do. That's all right. That's all right. It don't matter. Well, you just said a little speech, but that's okay.
I didn't mean it that way.
It didn't
come out right. There you go.
I have arrived.
The champ is here.
Holla.
The champ is here.
Anyway, it was a close race.
I'm a clean with the first verse. And I'm very with the second.
56%.
Watch.
The winning percentage, I won. Followed by Black Thor. All right, man, take it over, bro. You got the music, you got everything. Go ahead, tell us.
All right, bro. No, but I mean, seriously, this was a tough season, man. Like I told you earlier, coming down the middle, down the pike, I looked up and I was like, oh my goodness, this is like, I'm down 5 games. I was like, man, I don't know. I was ready to throw it in. Then it did not make it easier that Black Thor was, you know, he was needling. I'm up 5, I'm up 5. And you know what? I'm up here in first class. And, you know, I'm really, you know what? Y'all might as well quit now. Y'all might as well quit. And I was like, you know, they don't usher no trophies, bro, at the middle of the season. But he was like, come on, 5. You know what I'm saying? Take 2 weeks off, and I'm still good. And I was like, all right. Then stuff started changing a little bit, and then it dropped to 3, then dropped to 2, then they got to 1, then it got close. And then I heard that magic phrase. Pop said, he coming for you now, boy. I knew I was good. When Pop dropped it, he was like, uh-huh. You ain't running your mouth now. I'll see you over there like a Cheshire cat. Pops, I love you, man. I will meet you one day. And if you don't drink, we're going to have a fresca. I love you, brother. At least we're going to have something good to eat. But no, hell of a competition, man. Much love all the way around. This is making fun. You know, we can laugh. We go at each other each week. And then we tell the people, most importantly, that, you know, we're pretty good at this. We're decent. We're decent at this when you compare it to other places and other people. And that's what it is. So I ain't saying you should gamble like we're doing in Ohio now, but, you know, you should get out there and have fun. And that's why we do it. We do it more or less for the people. But, you know, hell, everybody like to win. And like I'm going to say this one last thing in the memory, not since then I passed away, but in honor of Ric Flair and, of course, my man, Puma's man, too, Dusty Rhodes. Like they would say, if they was here, they would go like, in this situation. It's like, damn, it feel good to be me right now. And last but not least, they would say, as they would take a drink and raise to everyone, don't drink and drive and spill your drink. But they would say, if there were 2 of me, I'd tell one to stand back and just applaud. Thank y'all.
Let's hear from the runner-up, Black Thor. It was a tight race, man. It was a tight race between the two. I'm gonna give you my favorite Ric Flair line. You can't be first, but you can always be next. Black.
Yeah, like I said, man, it was a wild, rough season. I mean, there was some weeks basically, I think it was a couple weeks, I was just basically getting 500. And those weeks are like scratching your head. It's just amazing, man. But the team that basically did me in is Carolina, bro. Carolina put a hurting on me. Some weeks they were good. I rolled them the past 2 weeks. Actually, I didn't ride them this last week. And I was saying to you gentlemen that how do you lose a game against a quarterback that throws for 43 yards, bro? I just don't see it. That means your offense. I mean, and Andy Dalton, I said this while I was watching the game. I swear I said these exact words. They had the ball with about 1 minute and 30 some odd seconds left in field goal range. I don't know why he's throwing the ball, throwing goals and all this stuff. I'm like, just kick the field goal, be done. And when he overthrew a goal by 10 yards, I'm like, man, turn in your jersey. Don't play any more football. No more backup, no more starting. Because you've been on 3 good teams, Andy Dalton. Cincinnati couldn't get anything done. You had a chance to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Now you stinking up in Saints. This time, bro, they should basically burn your jersey and move you along. With that being said, man, even though I came in second place, congratulations to Ice. One of the highlights from the season, man, when Ice said, his brother said to me, how's Black Thor doing? Bro, when I heard that, that's it right there, baby. I even had to play the tune, Black Thor coming. I didn't have to play it. Nothing else has to be said, baby. I love doing this too, man. Like I said, we do a lot better what the so-called experts are doing. Yeah. And basically, man, I just don't think they look at the game we do. Even though someone that played the game, I don't think they look at the way we do, bro. I don't think they pay attention as close as we do. And I'm happy that we get together. Like I said, we poke fun at each other. And at the end of the day, man, just enjoy it, bro. Just enjoy it.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes, please.
I'm just going to say this. I love E. Pinero, the damn kicker for Carolina that kicked a 42-yard field goal to win the game. Much love, baby. Ain't no magnets. Wasn't no magnets down there then, baby.
Let me get the results, the final results. Icewater had a 13-3 week last week. He has an overall record of 178, 91, and 2 with a 66% rate. Black Thor had a 12-4 record last week. Overall, 176, 93, and 2 ties with a 65% winning rate. Pop had an 11-5 week with a 167, 102, and 2 record with a 62% winning rate. And overall, I had 162 versus 107 losses and 2 ties with a 60% rate. So when you talk about other folks who are not even breaking 50% and on CBS, I'm gonna call them out, CBS, ESPN, Fox, and even some of those folks on the Daily Wager. We're doing something that works, and we do this every year. So I want to talk about the NFL first and the playoff picture and get your views on that, Black Thor, because I got a sneaky suspicion there are going to be a couple of upsets this week. I think the Giants are going to Minnesota. They came close last time playing Minnesota at Minnesota. I think they're not trying to do one and done. We're happy to be in the playoffs. Minnesota's been really shaky for the last few weeks. Dallas and Tampa Bay, we all saw this coming. And Tom Brady is 7-0 when it comes to beating the Dallas Cowboys. Your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, you might be right about the Giants and the Vikings, which I felt this way about the Giants all year. I mean, I'm happy. I think this coach did a hell of a job based on what they put on the field to get them to the playoffs. They didn't kind of roll over to really anybody the whole season. But I didn't want to see Daniel Jones come back next year, bro. And I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to bring Daniel Jones back, and they just need to go in a different direction, in my opinion. But it's going to be hard to, once you get, especially beat the Vikings this week. I don't think the Vikings are a good team. I think that offense is based on predicated if you can kind of get to Cousins and shake them up a little bit, which the Giants might be able to do. Yeah. The Cowboys, man, that's not even a hidden secret, bro. That's not a hidden secret. If they basically can't stop the Buccaneers from running the ball, I don't see any way the Cowboys are going to win. I mean, you cannot rely on Dak. I'm happy Dak has his money, but bro, what are you doing out there, man? I mean, that interception he threw, I was watching Dan Orlovsky the following morning, and he took the play and he broke it down. He's showing how Dak is not looking at the field. That play he broke down what every receiver had to do, and that's the last place. The last. I was like, out of the sequence, that was number 5, and Dak started there. And you're saying to yourself, you had 3 open receive open, and if you're gonna throw that throw, you gotta throw it in front. It's like, for some reason, I wonder if he's seeing the film. Is he really basically thinking he's made it? He's not working on his craft. And I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. Seattle, I won't be surprised, man. Seattle kind of win this weekend. I would not be surprised that Seattle might be a team that kind of sneak up. I know they kind of back their way in. I want to see Pittsburgh get in, bro. I really did want to see Pittsburgh in because I thought Pittsburgh got in, they could make a little noise. But this Miami going in, they're not going to be able to have their quarterback. I don't look going to do much. And I'm happy. Let me say this, get out of the way. I'm happy that Lamar is not thinking about playing. Everyone else ain't thinking he should not play. They give him a new contract. And I'm happy because the Ravens are going to probably get blown out this weekend, and rightly so.
Yeah, when I looked at the interception that Dak threw on the out, I looked at the defense. The defense almost set him up to throw it that way. It was almost like they had a little tell that that's what he likes to do. And it was almost like they set him up to get that pick 6. Your eye test on the playoffs coming up this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna start right there. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, I'm not impressed. They won a couple games, Dallas Cowboys that is I'm talking about, but you got to start building some consistency, right? You got to start getting into a rhythm. And I understand that sometimes you just kind of go out there and give I wouldn't say a half-ass effort, but you just may not take it as serious as most would think you should. But you playing Washington, man. A team you should easily beat, according to whatever the stats say, and you're proving the record that you came this close to actually trying to win the division. And they simply just poo-pooed it. And then it's like one of them things that they want to turn it on when they want to, right? You can't do that in the playoffs. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I don't know how you just all of a sudden get serious and start playing football like that if you want to win. And I said that from the beginning. I don't think they have a lot of great leadership. You got a lot of young players trying to be leaders. Offensively, everybody just seems like they're going through the motions. And the guys that really can play, Dak's not giving the ball to them. I mean, it's one thing that has really blown me away is, at first I thought it was he was injured. I thought he just wasn't on the same page with these guys. But we're at the end of the season, and his balls are still selling, bro. I don't know if he needs some more contacts, if it's a hitch in his shoulder, but it's like he's not hitting these receivers sometimes. And he's throwing the ball in the wrong places. And as you mentioned, he's taking other opportunities looking at that. When you do a check down, when you play football, give y'all quick, people that don't play quarterback, there's what they call check downs. You got your primary receivers, so you might have 1, 2, 3, and you might go through a progression of 5. Number 4, number 5 players are the guys that you kind of look at in case of emergency, might be a screen or something like that too. But it's a check down. So you're surveying the field, seeing what makes sense, and then you make a decision when you throw the ball. Has to be quick because that's how football is, right? But that's how you scan the field. Here's my first option, second option, and now what do I have? I don't know what the hell's going on with Dak Prescott. I see all of these mattress commercials and he's getting the right sleep and everything. And I'm like, you sure in the hell ain't. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you rested because damn, it ain't helping us. It ain't helping the Cowboys. And I'm sitting there going like, I have no expectations whatsoever. Looking to the other teams, I can see Jacksonville upsetting the Chargers. Mm-hmm. I can see that. And I say that because they're home and the Chargers are and their coach scares me. He has scared me ever since, and I get out this real quick. He has scared me ever since they had the opportunity to go to the playoffs last year. And they and the other team, I think it was San Francisco, was just coasting along.
It was the Raiders.
The Raiders, yeah, right. So they was like, don't call no timeouts. We're going to let the time run out. If we tie, we both go to the playoffs. This gentleman called a timeout. And the Raiders coach is like, well, hell, you call a timeout, we're going for the win then. We had a gentleman's agreement. Just let the clock run out. We both come to the playoffs. See y'all in a couple weeks. No, he made a call where he calls a timeout. What the hell are you doing? And it's been that way ever since. I saw them play, who they beat? They beat Kansas City. Look pretty decent. Then next week they do something else. That coach scares me. He scares me. And I think Jacksonville can beat them.
All right. One of the things that I do agree about Jacksonville, they've been playing really hot lately. And so you don't want to play a team like that who believe this is a whole new season and they're walking into the playoffs as believers. Seattle, I don't know. We'll see if the rookie quarterback kind of gets nervous and really has a bad game, because I haven't really seen him have a bad game. Purdy, as I'm talking about San Francisco, haven't really seen him have a bad game. But it's interesting. They talk about Lamar might be coming back, and I'm like, please, bruh, just stay out, don't come back. And they were trying to bring in Tua, and I'm like, no, don't bring in Tua. I mean, you're gonna get that guy hurt. He probably, I heard him talking about how he hasn't gotten his money yet. And whether or not he will ever get his money. But let's go to coaches, because I wasn't really surprised, Ice, but Black coaches and the Houston Texans don't mix.
Man, I mean, I feel you, but could it just be they just not a damn good franchise? Can we just say that?
Yeah.
That's how I'm kind of looking at it. And don't get me wrong, all day long, I'm down. But I mean, I don't know. And my question is, are you're choosing, to me, the wrong coaches? And it's not just Black coaches, because Lovie Smith came in and did what he could do. And he got them running for a minute, and then they just kind of faltered off. But when you had these bad situations, you got rid of Deshaun Watson, then you had one back in the day and got Bill O'Brien, right? When you brought him in from New England, they made some bad choices. Then you brought in the gentleman prior to Lovie Smith, and I warned y'all about the man was different places and the team couldn't score no points because he was like pseudo offensive coordinator almost, or something like that. And he's too old school. And not saying he didn't deserve it, but it's like when you keep making these decisions, then what? So as much I would like to say, if I saw it and I thought it was Black coaches, okay, maybe, yeah, but we ain't gonna go to the Eric Bieniemy thing. You got the offense coordinator Leftwich over in Tampa Bay. How about getting if you're gonna go African American or somebody of color, let's get some people a chance that have now shown to be proven winners, or at least been on teams that are winners. You're stepping out the bounds, doing bad decisions, and then we're gonna say, oh well, it's a bad place for Black coaches. It's a bad place for all damn coaches.
Black, I'm gonna let you take it over from here, man, because we got McVay saying, oh, I might want to do TV. Oh, I might want to coach. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. You have the coaching carousel with the Cardinals saying, I didn't want to coach a 4'6" quarterback anyway, who likes to play on the internet. So, you did me a favor. So your thoughts on Black Monday and Lovie Smith and all this other stuff?
McVay is a punk, bro. I'm just gonna put it right out there. That's a punk move I've ever seen. I said to my son 3 weeks ago, I said McVay is not gonna stick around for a losing season with the Rams, and that's what they're gonna have next year, bro. And he's like trying to get out of there. When I read, he said, I just got married. My wife's family is in the Ukraine. What the freak that got to do with anything, bro? What that got to do? I mean, if you coach, you're not. But he realizes that they're not going to be good next year. Even if the quarterback comes back, that team is not going to be good. He don't want to stick around for that. So, and I don't think he's that well of a head coach, middle head coach. I'll be honest with you. I never thought he was. After he got smoked by Belichick in the Super Bowl, I just never seen it. I haven't seen it, even though they won a Super Bowl. To me, this cat's being a punk. What he's trying to do, he want to weasel his way on television, wait a year, and he's going to get back into coaching. That's what he wants to do, because he don't want to be there when a team goes like this. Now, some team next year is going to pick up on him. It's going to happen. That's what's going on with him. And even he said, it came out, if I'm correct, the coach that got fired with the Carolina, that's his boy. He wants him to come to the Rams. He wants to give him the Rams job. He takes on. Now, with all this being said, and I know we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, has anyone even, since before Black Monday, whatever, has anybody said anything about the Rooney Rule? Anything? I mean, have you even heard that name pop up, in the past several days? And the quarterback, like I said, that head coach, as played with Tony Dungy, assistant coordinator at the time. There was Detroit Lions head coach, Jim. I can't think of his last name.
Caldwell.
Bro, why are you going down to Carolina? You know they're not hiring you. Why are you showing? I don't understand, Carl. I mean, are they paying you just to come in and be a token?
That's what I'm thinking.
There could be a Martian come down before they hire you, bro. You're the last person to get a job. I'm being honest, man. And I want to address what you said about Houston. And I agree with Icewater. I don't think it's necessarily black. I think, the first coach they hired before they hired Lovie Smith, that guy's not a head coach, bro. Let's be honest. What was he going to do with that team? The man said he didn't want to be there. Week 2, I don't want to be. I mean, I would have fired him then. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to be here. But they were losing, bro. That's not a head coach. I'm being honest. So I think the general manager of that team needs to get out. Like I said, they made some bad decisions along the way. And I know, Puma, you might have a soft spot for Lovie. And they coach in Illinois, you're rooting for him, rah. The game has passed to Lovie Smith on as a head coach, bro. It just has. And if you got the number 1 pick now, well, actually, you got the number 2 pick, which Eric was stupid in my opinion, to basically go out there and win that game. That meant nothing. You could have stayed in number 1. You have to worry about anything. You got quarterbacks coming out that you need. Why would you go out there and coach to win that game? I just don't get it. Because, and then they ask him at the end of the game, oh, yeah, I expect to be back. Really? So, to me, if you have a number 1 pick of a young quarterback coming in, no matter what color Lovie is, he's got to go, bro. He can't coach a young quarterback. He can't. He can barely coach a good defense now. I'm just being honest with you, man. The game, that's like trying to bring, and I love him. That's like trying to bring Tony Dungy back right now to coach, bro. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't work. I don't even think Sean Payton, everybody running around with Sean Payton. I don't think Sean Payton has the mojo anymore. I really don't, man. I think Sean Payton's going to try to prove it, but guess what? It passed him on. It's kind of passed him on. The way he did 5-10 years ago, the league is different now. And he's going to find out. Whoever decides to give him money, if he thinks he's going to go in there with Wilson, who I think is mentally touched at this point as a quarterback, and spark that magic, I don't see it happening. So, like I said, take your time and find somebody that lines up with what you're doing, where you're trying to go, with the talent that you have around you, and then let them come and inspire and lead them in. But a lot of these guys don't take time with their hiring. They listen to the tea leaves, the idiots on television. Well, this one's hot, that one's hot, and they go grab them, and they don't match. They just don't mesh. But Brian Leftwich, to me, could make a very good head coach. And I don't want to hear he just coached Tom. No, that cat is ready to be a serious head coach. If you put him in the right situation, possibly Denver, he could do some damage. I believe he really could do some damage. But outside of that, a lot of these names they throwing up, and they kill me. They throwing up the Cowboys coach, the defensive coordinator coach. Yeah. Did you see how he got smoked in Atlanta in the Super Bowl? Well, I mean, let's get real. This guy had a 30-some point lead and lose the game. Why does that get you another coach? I'm just trying to understand. How did that make you a hot commodity to be another head coach? But see, that's what happened. You got the talking heads. Oh, Dan Quinn, he's going to be for who? Realistically, the last 2 coaches hadn't been defensive coaches in Denver, and they done nothing. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. The game has changed to an extent. You got to have somebody in there willing to come in, like the coach of Minnesota, willing to come in and do some things. And I just don't. When I look at the coaching landscape, the guys that are available, I don't think there's a lot of them out there, bro. Other than if we're going to go with a retread, and that's what Houston been doing in the past couple of years. They've been going safe. Lovie Smith was a safe pick. Bring him in, see what he can do. He has experience, but Lovie Smith did not mess with the talent that's there, bro. He just not mess. And I'm not going to say that's a color. It's just he was just not the person. I'm happy he had the job, but he was not the person to put in there. I'll just say this, now, God. I remember when Lovie was going to the Super Bowl. He believed in that dumb quarterback there in Chicago. Remember back then? He's still there taking up for him. This cat was at a press conference talking about his wife planning a party. And this your quarterback? And this is the guy you said you believe in. Imagine that was Bill Parcells and Phil Simms went up there at a press conference. Yeah, my wife is planning a party and I was up all night trying to. Parcells would have stormed the room. He would have stormed the room, bro. Lovie Smith coming, oh yeah, he's dedicated. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, man. It's what it is, bro. Yeah. And the old adage sometimes rings true. I'm not gonna say it always rings true. When we are in a position like that, we gotta do twice as good, bro. We can't just be mediocre. We just can't. We gotta make sure if they decide to remove us, they look stupid. So my point in saying that with Lovie Smith, you take him out, he was 3 and whatever. Did it ever seem like he could control that offense, that defense, that team? Not really.
No, the talent wasn't there in the Texans. I mean, they're just a bad franchise. You even wonder why they even have a franchise at this particular point.
But you know what's ironic? You know what's ironic?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, you know what's ironic? Years ago, we looked at this, and now DeAndre Hopkins is available again.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm going to say this, man, and I'm not saying the talent was good, but you got to coach what you got, bro.
Yeah.
You got to coach. Sometimes you have to coach what's in front of you. I remember Anthony Lynn was a coach when what's the name came in. The quarterback for the Chargers came in now. He was undercoaching him, bro. I'm just being honest. You have to coach what you have. And sometimes you just can't. And that's what it comes down to, in my opinion. So, no, it's not a black thing necessarily in Houston. It's not. I mean, I'm not sure he's going to pick next is going to be black or white, but he just wasn't there, bro. And sometimes when I say leader of men, you got to be able to communicate with men. You just can't stand there with a clipboard and act like, okay, I went through the Super. No, you got to be able to communicate. And when the last time you saw Lovey, I mean, I watched him off the season. When the last time you saw Lovey walk up to someone? The last time. So if you're not walking up to him on the field, you ain't walking up to him during the week. You ain't saying nothing to him. So where's that chemistry, that bond you're building with these players? It's not there. It's not there. That's when you look at this cat Campbell. You see, they're crazy about him, bro. He's built a relationship. He's built those bonds. Whether he can coach or not, which I think he can, they will go out there and basically do what they got to do for him. If they don't believe you're into him, I'm just picking up a paycheck. I'm just gonna go through the motions. And that's what Love looked like he was doing to me, going through the motions, picking up a paycheck.